Beautiful Earthling, what's up? My name is Jeanette. I'm the creator of the How to Be a Healthy Raw Vegan 6-week course. And today I'm really excited because I'm going to meet somebody brand new. And I'm excited because he is passionate about the same thing as me, which is health and healing and the living foods lifestyle. So welcome everyone. Shane is here. Perfect. What's up, Matt? What's up, Boo, Gusto, Jasmine? Thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, I really think it's so very important, I don't know why I say it like that, important to connect with people in this lifestyle, because it can be lonely. It can be a little bit lonely. Me and Matt are going to speak about that on Saturday, the ups and downs of being a raw vegan and living a healthy lifestyle. So it's important to connect with people that share the similar views and beliefs and lifestyle as you, so you don't feel all alone. Okay, let's get Shane in here. Shane, can you request? Oh, yes, you did. Okay, so Shane has been living the lifestyle for a while now. We're gonna get into it. Let's see. Hey, Shane, what's up?
Hi, Jeanette. Hello.
Oh my gosh, what's up? So thank you so much for joining me. How are you today?
Excellent. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it so much. I'm happy to talk to your viewers and your audience today.
Yes, so thank you. Okay, so now I want to know right off the bat, why are you so passionate about the living foods lifestyle?
Why am I so passionate? Well, because it's changed my life for the better in every way. Well, I mean, it's like taking 10 years off of how I look and feel. It's reversed all my inflammation issues completely, the best digestion of my life, the best mental focus and clarity of my life, the best sense of spiritual connection and purpose of my life. I've changed careers. I've gotten on purpose and path and mission in my life. It inspires me every day to be the best version of myself. It keeps me on track for who I want to be and the disciplines and the intimacy level necessary to thrive at the highest level, regardless of diet. Just to thrive in life requires intimacy with our self-love and our self-care. It gives me that. So, and I could probably keep going.
I feel you. So what did you do before this, Shane?
What did I do before I was a raw vegan coach? And
Yeah.
yeah, I was running clothing retail stores for many years. That was my line of work. I was good at flipping clothes and buying wholesale and selling retail. I had 3 clothing stores, very, very successful in Northern California. One of them was a funky, cool fashion and costume festival store. And I would outfit people for like Burning Man and festivals and costume parties. It was a celebration and a party every day in that store, literally. And what I thought my mission was at that time, my purpose, what I told myself my purpose was to help people self-express, was to help people get out of their comfort zone and put on a funky costume and put on some glitter and sparkles and go run around and have fun. And I thought that was like my purpose. But what I learned through doing that work was actually my purpose is more speaking into the spiritual awakening process of humanity, spiritual growth, spiritual progression as souls, and the ascension process on earth, like literally waking up to a higher purpose for our own lives and for the evolution of humanity. And that's what I realized was my real gift, because I was interacting with so many people. So I realized actually that I had to get out of that line of work and become a coach. That was my real download that I got. And so I sold those stores in 2015. I sold my 3 clothing stores and took a couple of years off to recollect myself, reinvent myself, and then launched Raw Vegan Rising, my current business and YouTube channel and social media channels, and started speaking about the power of raw foods and spirituality.
Wow. So Eleno says that you're speaking his language, Shane. You speak in his language.
Oh, good. Well, you know what? It's one of my specialties. And I think that I kind of I really like to lead that, where raw food is about our spiritual awakening. It really helps us align with our mission and purpose, because it gives us clarity. It gives us intimacy with our healing process. It gives us more like connection on a cellular level. Our cellular matrix is tuned into the cellular matrix around us, and we can feel that connection. It makes us more psychic, more intuitive, more aware, more compassionate, more kind, more insightful, and more passionate about life. And so that combination is spiritual awakening. Spiritual stuff is not woo woo. It's practical. It's day to day. It's like living and eating and breathing the just extra level of awareness. That's all it is. It's just extra awareness about how we can live our best life, be more connected, be more compassionate, and create win-win situations for ourselves and others. So it's just like living a better life. Spiritual awakening isn't something that is like out there or beyond us. It's like really a practical day-to-day, moment-to-moment, higher choice, better choice.
I love it. I love speaking to people that are passionate and doing what they were born to do. I love it, Shane. So
yeah,
now
thanks, Jeanette.
I have a question. First of all, you're almost 50, apparently. This is this is incredible. So you're getting younger every day. So now my question to you is, how did you discover the raw food lifestyle?
I am going to be turning 50 in less than 6 months. I think 5 months, I'll be 50. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that I get to be me at 50 and be an example and be a bright, shining light, an example for what's possible with diet. Now, I've been plant-based most of my life. I went vegan when I was 17. And I've been off and on vegan, plant-based most of my life, 32 years. And
You look so young. That's
yeah,
you had
yes.
death recently.
Yeah. And strict vegan for 18 total years of my life, and raw for almost 5 years, coming up on 5 years. So yes, that makes a difference. And I'm on TikTok and Instagram and all this stuff. So I get all the haters and all the naysayers saying, no, it's genetics. It has nothing to do with diet. Of course it has to do with diet. I've been plant-based, mostly plant-based for 32 years. Of course it makes a difference. So eating a whole food, plant-based lifestyle has been my primary focus and my greatest joy. And I've left it. I've gotten discouraged and gone back to animal products at times in my life, but I always come back to being vegan. And it has transformed my life and my health. You can see it, 50-year-old. How many 50-year-olds look like me? I have no gray hairs, none. I do have a little gray in my beard, just a little salt and pepper. But hey, I'm 50, so I've earned it. But in general, though, a whole food plant-based diet focused on nutrient density and variety of nutrient density is going to give us the best. I've juiced since I was a teenager. I take superfoods. I'm into superfoods, have since I was a teenager. I'm into understanding total nutrition for the body, cellular balance, not just like listening to what some guru has to say, but really like feeling it, trial and error over time through my own experience and my own body. I'm into that. And I like results. I'm not into trying different stuff. I'm not interested in trying stuff. I'm interested in getting the results. I'm interested in looking and feeling amazing. And so what I do is what works. And that's what I coach people on. That's what I help people with now. Hundreds and hundreds of people a week reach out to me asking, how do I heal this? I've been diagnosed with this and this and this and this. How do I heal it? Will raw food help me? I mean, on and on and on. And all I can say is that, yes, raw food reverses inflammation. If you have an inflammation, autoimmune disorder, irritable bowel, skin, any type of thing going on like that, let's call it inflammation or acidosis. If you've got any of that, raw food is the answer. It will reverse that 100% of the time. Absolutely, for sure.
Did you have any health issues that you reversed in the last 5 years by going raw?
Yeah, one of the catalysts for me was dandruff. Seborrheic dermatitis is what the medical people call it. Dermatitis I had because it was actually one of the low points in my life. I'm not very proud of it, but yes, I was eating animal products, trying to follow the mainstream recommendations for fitness science for men to build muscle at the gym, lift weights and eat high amounts of animal protein. And I did that for a period of time. And I'm not proud of it, but I did because like I said, I'm willing to experiment. I tried that and I got horrible skin inflammation that took me years to reverse. Even with raw food, I had chronic dandruff for 5 years. Okay. And it was on my skin and in my eyebrows and in my beard and stuff. It was all over. It was bad. I knew there was a problem. Also, I had joint inflammation. I was getting tendonitis in my elbows and shoulders. So I had joint pain and skin inflammation. Well, what is that? That is acidosis. And the way we reverse that is with detoxification of the body. So I did a 40-day juice fast, went fully raw vegan, and it still took 2 years for my dermatitis to completely go away, completely. And so most people would think, oh, a month raw, like let me do a 14-day juice fast and I'll be healed. No, it took a 40-day juice fast plus 2 years raw vegan to reverse it. That's what that points to, the fact that when we show signs of acidosis, we're already so far into toxic conditions in the body. It takes years for the natural detoxification process to rebalance our chemistry.
Wow. Sorry, that's just, there's a lot to unpack there, because what you just said is so true. By the time we see the changes on the outside, the issue on the outside, it has been years, decades going on the inside. And it's so true. It's not going to be an overnight thing. So question, Shane, when you went raw 5 years ago, did you have any serious detox symptoms, and how did you deal with those? Because you did a 40-day juice cleanse. So did you get really sick during that?
Yes, yes. Well, the dermatitis and the tendonitis showed that I had signs of toxicity in my body, and it was brutal to get rid of that. It was brutal. The 40-day juice fast was fairly easy. I just juiced and I didn't feel too much detox symptoms. I would get cold and I would feel a little headachy here and there, but that was the easy part. After the 40-day juice fast, when I decided to stay raw vegan and fully transition my gut to a fully raw, fruit-based, raw vegan diet, that was when the real hard part kicked in. 3-4 months after my juice fast, I was in bed with cold and flu-like symptoms for weeks on end. I lost a lot of weight, dark circles under my eyes. My hair was thinning. I had stains develop on my teeth. I looked gaunt and drawn out and sick. Now, that's when most people say, oh, look, a raw vegan diet doesn't work. A raw vegan diet makes us sick, because I looked sick. But I knew for sure I was going to be raw vegan. So I stuck it out. After 2 years, all that transitioned. It took me 2 years to feel good consistently on raw food. Now I'm 5 years in, and I will never go back. To me, a high raw, at least very high raw, is essential for health ongoing as a consistent lifestyle. And eating consistent high amounts of cooked food just doesn't make any sense at all to me.
I agree. We're the only species that cooks our food.
Yeah.
So, there's something, and we're the only species that's destroying the planet too. So, there's something there. But, and I'm sure we could get into that. But I want to know, because people are asking, what is a typical day of eating for you?
I always start my day with a smoothie for the gym. I work out every day, pretty much 6 days a week. And I'm really strong. So, okay, my focus is strength and muscle mass. And, I have really good muscle mass as a raw vegan. Like, I really work at it. I have strength that most people would not believe. Raw vegan does not mean you have to be small or weak or skinny. In fact, it's the opposite. If you detox your gut properly, you can absorb your nutrition easier, so you can get more muscle development from less work and get more nutrition from your diet, and eat less dense foods and eat your proteins from nuts and seeds and greens and develop muscle mass if you detox your gut properly. It's an absorption issue, and most people have terrible absorption and utilization of their food because they have biofilms and they've been eating denatured food their whole lives. So I focus on a high calorie smoothie to start my day, usually higher in protein. So I will add like flax seeds or hemp seeds. I will make sure it's a high calorie, 1,000 calorie smoothie before I go to the gym. So right there, I start my day with, between 600 to 1,000 calories. Then I usually will have fruit for lunch. In the midday, I'll have fruit, mono meals. Love pineapple, love whatever's in season, melons, usually fruit. And then I will end my day with usually like a salad, greens, more fats, and more nutrient dense foods in the evening for dinner type hours. Sometimes I go light on dinner. Sometimes I'll pack all my calories in around my workouts and eat lighter in the dinner hours, but I'll also eat handfuls of nuts and seeds. I will eat sprouts. I sprout lentils. I literally love nuts and seeds. I'm generally 20%, maybe 25% of my calories from fats, because fats come bundled with proteins, and I lift heavy in the gym 6 days a week. So for me to be strong and have good muscle mass, to really be fit, to where I look as fit as any of the meat eaters in the gym, that requires more fats and proteins for me particularly. So I coach people on how to do this. I coach men and women on their fitness goals. And what I think is just the process of this is finding a macro balance that works for you, depending on your goals, your age, your constitution, what you're doing, where your detoxification level's at, what your gut health is like. And so for me, at this step, I find about 20 to 25% of my calories from nuts and seeds and greens, protein-rich foods really works for me and makes me feel my best, look my best. And so, yeah, I generally probably have 25 to 3,000 calories, 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day.
Okay, wow, thank you. You answered my next question, which was going to be the fat ratio, protein fat ratio that you do. It's an individual basis that you recommend, I'm sure. And now I just want to know, because you are very fit, and honestly, it's not very common in the raw food movement. And so, like you already said it, you answered my question about, it's more of an absorption issue. But were you always fit, even when you were like a vegan, or like a, maybe unhealthy vegan?
God, no. I was horribly underweight. I mean, I went vegan at 17. So I was a 17-year-old eating starch-based vegan like we all do. I went vegan for the animals. So I had no focus on health at all at 17. It was strictly for the animals. And so I developed all through my 20s. I had no muscle mass. I was horribly underweight and very skinny. And when I look back at pictures of me in my 20s, I realized that I was not healthy then. And so, for the last 10 years of my life, I've really been focused on building my muscle mass and being strong and really focusing on health for real. So I have built this now as a raw vegan. I have built my physique that I have now is because I am freaking dedicated to it. I will not take no for an answer. Most people come to raw food to heal a disease. Most people come to raw food because they're looking to heal something. And so they've got years of healing to do. I've already gone through that. I said it took me 2 years to detox properly, to reverse my inflammation issues, to get on track fully with my gut health. And now I have the benefits. Now I can bust my ass in the gym and build muscle easily, recover easily, and I have the physique to show for it because I work hard in the gym. The other thing, when you look, there are raw vegans who say I'm a liar. I literally get raw vegans commenting on my posts on social media saying I'm a liar because they don't believe that you can have a muscle mass like I do as a raw vegan. You know what the difference is that I work hard. I lift more weight. You want to go, so take any of these haters, naysayers, and let's go sit at the bench press and see who's stronger. Okay, I guarantee you I will lift more weight than you because that's what I do 6 days a week. I focus on strength. I strength train. And so my muscle mass is a result of putting my body under those conditions. That's it. And so people think that you can't have muscle as a raw vegan or that you lie, this or that, is because nobody wants to do the hard work. Everybody wants to like think they're a fitness model when they have tiny little skinny ass arms, but they're lean because they're fruit-based raw vegan. And it's like, that's not fit. How much do you weigh and how much can you lift? How strong are you? I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, I'm strong, very strong. So.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you're saying. I completely agree that, people, like, they're hating for a reason, you know? And so let's talk about haters for a second, because I want to get your advice. Sometimes people reach out to me and they want to put themselves out there. They want to start a YouTube. They want to have, success like you online, and they're scared because of the haters. So what is your advice to people that are scared of what other people might think, or scared of getting judged by their friends and family and other people by living their life purpose?
I love this question because this is what we all have to overcome to be an influencer online, or to just speak our message online. Look, let them give you praise and hate. It's all the same projection from them. It has nothing to do with me or for us. All we have to do is speak our truth and our message. And look, if you're going to be successful in life, you have to create a dividing line, and you have to take a stand, and you have to take a hard stand, and you have to say, you're either with me or you're against me. This is where I stand. Are you with me or are you against me? And if you don't do that, you will never have followers online. No one will care what you're talking about, because the only thing people need is strong leaders. And a strong leader takes a stand, and a strong leader is not afraid to say, this is where I stand. You're either with me or you're against me, and let people project their hate and their praise. It has nothing to do with you. Praise is not of interest to me. Criticism is not of interest to me. I get on social media, YouTube, and I speak what is true for me. And when I hit stop on the record button, my work is done. I'm not interested in what people have to say, because I've already said what I had to say. So I'm not interested in the conversation. I'm not interested in people's praise or love. I'm not interested in people's criticism or hate. It doesn't matter. I'm here to speak my truth and create a platform and a message that helps people, because I know the truth. I'm a truth seeker. I look behind the curtain of reality, and I trust myself. I trust that I am correct when I speak about raw food, and that's all we got to do. So the reason people would be hesitant for haters, hesitant to put themselves out there on social media, the reason they would feel fearful of criticism is because they don't trust themselves. They don't trust their message. They don't trust who they are. They don't trust they're strong enough. And that's what it is. Yes.
That's it. Sorry. No,
Yeah.
dude, that's it. They don't trust the message. They're making it about themselves.
Yeah.
Not the message. It's not about us. It's about the people we can help, the possible change and dent we can make in the world. Thank you. I never could put it into words, Shane.
Oh, good. I helped put it into words. Well, that's what it is. When I make a YouTube video, for instance, people think, oh, you're talking to this whole audience. Like, there's millions of people on YouTube. Wow, isn't that overwhelming? Thousands of people will see this and be critical. No, when I make a YouTube video, I talk to one person. In my imagination, I imagine I'm talking to one person who needs my help desperately. One person who's like obese, sitting on their couch, who can't get up, sitting in the ghetto of Harlem with fast food all around them, who's indoctrinated by the lies and the fast food industries. And I'm speaking to that one person who I know I can help. I don't speak to 1,000 people. I speak to one person. And I know I can help that one person. And it takes the pressure off to try to be some perfect person with a perfect message. It doesn't matter. Try to help who you can help. And it's about the message. And as long as we trust our message, get out of your own way and share it and take a stand and create a dividing line. And that will create success online. If you want a following on Instagram or YouTube, say the hard thing.
There you go. Yeah, there's enough clones out there. Mixed Exotic said, Shane is the most inspiring person I've ever seen.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, you really inspire me as well. And I never thought of it the way you just said it. So thank you, Shane, for putting that verbally into like words that I will always remember, seriously, because I didn't realize that's why people have an issue. Okay, so obviously you have a lot of passions, and you are a truther. Okay, you're a truth seeker. And so what are some things that people can start to do today in order to take control of their lives? And let's not even talk about food for a second, because as you know, food is important, but it's not everything. The mind controls everything, right? The subconscious. What are some ways that people can start to take control of their lives and start to make the choices that they really want to make instead of just habitually acting every single day, waking up like it's an accident?
Yeah, great question. We've got to get honest about our needs, our unmet needs. We're all desperately trying to meet our needs that are unmet. And if these needs are unconscious, our subconscious is always trying to meet these needs. That could be for love, that could be emotional support. And it's usually based on traumas that we experience in our childhood that are running our and driving our needs without us realizing it. So the best thing we can do is get clear on our unmet needs. This can take weeks, months, or even years to actually get really truthful about. This has been my process. I'm speaking from personal experience. Write down your needs, like whatever your needs truly are, get really intimate with it. And then the next step is to actually connect with our original wounding, our trauma points, because we're all born innocent, right? When we're little babies, we're all innocent. We don't have traumas. What happens? We become heartbroken and we become fragmented. When we experience true heartbreak, we fragment and we become traumatized. Those first original traumas that we experience, those original heartbreaks, those are driving everything we experience. Our addictions to food, our lack of self-control, our lack of self-worth. If we have low self-worth, we're going to binge on food. We're going to turn to the wrong food. We're going to have a lifestyle that doesn't represent our true vision and values for life. We're going to be out of alignment. So to get back into alignment, and really it is just about aligning. If we want to have a magical life that is impactful and successful, it's about aligning our higher mind with our values and our actions. The higher mind, our values and our actions aligned as one will result in a successful life. But to do that, we have to go back to our original trauma wounds, our original fragmentation of heartbreak, and then get intimate with our self-care and our self-love process. So we heal the original trauma by becoming intimate with our trauma and our feelings that we don't want to feel. And then the intimacy will lead us to understanding how we can be better lovers of ourselves. That includes diet and lifestyle. So to get to raw food, to get to a plant-based diet, we have to feel the traumas that we've been running from, hiding from, and stuffing away in our shadow our entire life. So this is another way to say this is shadow work. We have to face the feelings we don't want to feel to uncover the subconscious drivers that perpetuate addictive behaviors and low self-worth behaviors.
Wow. So who are some of your mentors that have helped you uncover this process and deal with your traumas and old negative beliefs?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm self-employed. I have been most of my life. I don't show up at a job and punch in and get a paycheck. I never really have. So for me to be successful, pay the bills, have the lifestyle I want, I have to be influential. I have to be impactful. I have to get out of my own way. I have to understand these principles I'm talking about to even be able to pay my rent, because nobody's doing this for me. Nobody shows up and gives me a paycheck. So I've had to learn how to be successful, how to be a good communicator, how to get out of my own way to share a successful message for others, how to help others. And so I've taken leadership training courses. I've taken shadow work courses. My mentors change depending on my focus. If I'm focused on shadow work, I will mentor under people who are particularly gifted or insightful in shadow work. If I'm working on leadership training, I will mentor under people who are specifically good at leadership. So it changes. And, it doesn't matter who or what specifically, I don't think, as much as the willingness to face our own unconscious, subconscious behaviors. It's so deeply buried that, look, the mentor will present themselves when the student is ready. For us to get ready for a mentor to present, where we could even have help getting past these stages, requires that we do a first inventory of our unmet needs, where we're desperately unmet in our life, where we're really, really darn sad that we have not had this result in life, that we don't have this, this love relationship of the marriage, the house, the cars, the children, the success, the vision, the business. We have to get intimate with that step first. And then maybe we'll get to our original wounding and feeling what we don't want to feel. And then the mentors will present themselves. I honestly think that's the step it happens in.
Yes, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, of course. Sometimes the teacher is the universe and random, people we don't even expect. Wow, inventory
Yeah.
of, sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah. Well, that's exactly true, because when I was 30 years old, this guy walked up to me on the street one day and threw a book at me from about 10 feet away. He threw a book into my hands and he said, "I think you need to read this book." And that was the Essene Gospel of Peace, which is about raw food. That was the first time that book actually introduced me to the concept of raw food. And it was a stranger on the street who randomly walked up to me and tossed me the book. So that was a teacher for me at that time, and I needed that message. And so that was the universe providing the right message for me at the right time to be impactful. So that's when, if we're willing to face our fears, willing to face the hard work of life, we will get the right messages at the right time that propel us and improve our life step by step. We have to be students of life. We have to be willing to face our fears.
I agree. It's hard though. It's so hard, Shane, because we just want to take the easy way out, can't life be easy? Why do we have to do the hard work? So what do you recommend? Is there anything you say to your clients or to yourself to motivate you to push through and do this really hard, uncomfortable, emotional work? This is hard stuff.
Yeah. So look, if you look at everybody who has a really easy life, people with a lot of money who have lives of luxury, they've done hard work. They've invested in, they've plugged away. People who take the easy road, people who like to play video games and sit on the couch and work a crappy job, they have a hard life. So the people that do the easy work up front have the hardest life. The people who actually face the hard work, do the hard work, front load the hard work, they're the ones who have the easy life. And life's never going to be easy. The only real goal of life is spiritual awareness, awakening, like consciousness, oneness, unity consciousness, realizing that we're all connected and that all is one. So the only thing we have to do is just face our fears, because it's all interconnected. Our fears are the universal fears. Our experience is a universal experience, that we're not having a unique experience. Our struggles are the human struggle. Our joys, loss, grief, pain, sorrow, celebration is the human experience. So we need to face it with diligence, conviction, dedication, celebration. Look, if you're going through a trauma or a hardship or a struggle or something you don't want to go through, so is everybody else. Just take it and be happy that you've got this life. Really, I like the philosophy, not only is this happening for me, but this is exactly what I need. I've asked for this. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I take it like that. Okay, I get a flat tire, or I have loss or grief, or something doesn't work out in my life. No, this is exactly what I need. I take it like that. I might have to go through my grief waves. I might have to be tossed in the shore break of confusion of grief for a period of time. But I know that everything that happens to me is a great gift and holds secrets and keys that I need for my own spiritual awakening. So why would I fight that?
Love it, Shane. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Okay, so Mohammed had a great question. He said, why do we go live if we don't answer the questions? First of all, Mohammed, give me a second. I had a few questions for Shane. Give me a second. Now we're going to get to the questions. Sorry, boo. Now, here we go. We got some questions. Okay, so I still have occasional skin issues on my back, and I'm eating raw for 2 months now, Shane. Do you have any advice?
2 months is baby steps. You will have serious detox symptoms for at least a couple of years. For me, it was 2 years to 3 years was the threshold point. So that's why I say people always think that they're going to reverse their health issues in 2 months on a raw vegan diet. It's not even close. You've got to dedicate yourself to a lifestyle that's actually in alignment with universal law and just natural for the body, and let the body do what it does, which is detox naturally through the lymphatic system and through the systems of elimination. That takes time. 2 months is just the very first step.
Thank you. It helps when somebody else says it, because, you know, like I could say it all day, but it's like somebody like you says it and then people will believe it. You know, it didn't take you 2 months to get acne. It took you 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. We're going to have to be patient. Like Shane said, we're going to have to, follow consistent actions every day over a period of time. Okay, Mohammed, we got you. All right, Shane, do the colors of the eyes change after a few years of being raw vegan?
I think generally the eyes will become much brighter. I think that the overall sense of vibration in the skin and in the eyes and in the mind and in the face will brighten and exude more health and vibrancy. But for the color of the eyes to change, I think takes a lot of years. And my eye color has not changed personally, but my eyes are very bright. I mean, people always comment on my eyes being blue and stuff, but I don't think that our goal should be to see the color of our eyes change, because again, that's taking the focus off of falling in love with the journey and putting it on some sort of a destination. Like, oh, if my eye color changed, I would be happy. No, let's fall in love with the intimacy of self-care, because that's how we heal the original wounding. That's how we heal our heartbreak, is to get intimate with our self-love. And that brings us into healing, which gets us deeper into our understanding of our traumas and our heartbreak, which brings us back into deeper intimacy with our self-love. So putting a destination like eye color or healing a health problem is always a slippery slope. I always recommend against it.
I love that answer, Shane. Thank you so much for being here. So Nick, the freak, interesting name. I'm cool with it. Steamed veggies slow down detoxification a lot. That's what Nick wants to know. Do steamed veggies slow it down a lot?
Anything that slows the digestion down at all will slow down detoxification, because the lymphatic system removes waste from the cells, right? The interstitial fluid. So that drains into the bowels, and the bowels are the main organ of elimination. If there's any pressure, any backup, that's going to slow down detoxification. So yes, anything that digests slowly will slow detoxification. If we're in an aggressive detox, we want to be like low fat, high fruit. If we're already healing and we want to be more in maintenance mode, we can be higher fat and lower carbohydrates. Like me, I'm 20% fat because I'm not healing anymore. I need a consistent raw vegan diet where I can build muscle and be strong and be healthy and vibrant. So that's more fats. But if we're detoxing actively to reverse inflammation issues, acidosis, essentially, we need to ensure fast bowel transit time first and foremost.
Sorry if you already answered this, Shane, but do you eat fats with your smoothie? Because I know you have a smoothie, you have fruit, and then, a salad, but do you put like nuts, do you use nuts or seeds or avocado or something like that in your smoothie?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I mix fats. I mix fats and fruits all the time. I love it. I love doing that. But when I was first raw vegan, in the first year or two, my body didn't like that. I couldn't mix fats or fruits at all. But I've been raw vegan for many years, so it's not hard for me to mix anything I want in any order now. I have no digestion issues at all from any combination of food. And that's a wonderful freedom that I've obtained from consistency over time.
Got it. Okay, I wanted to clarify that. Thank you. So, we just keep getting the questions. Guys, we only have a few more minutes, so put all your questions in the question box below, and I'm going to try to get to them all. And yes, Shane is almost 50. People keep asking. Okay, question from my friend 40. What's up, 40? How do I remain patient? This is a great question. How do I remain patient in my fitness routine while my body adapts to a raw vegan lifestyle? Yeah.
I hear a conflict of interest in that question and in that kind of a statement, because transitioning to a raw vegan lifestyle is one process that requires a very specific metabolic transition to happen in the body. Building muscle and seeing results in the gym through consistency with fitness is a different metabolic process and requires a different stage from the body. So what I would recommend is transition your gut completely to raw vegan where you're thriving. That could take a couple of years, and then transition to being fitness focused where building muscle is your goal. If you try to detox and build muscle at the same time, you're going to injure yourself. And we don't want to detox. We need to focus on detox specifically and then focus on fitness and muscle building specifically. They're two different things. And I get this question all the time. I have people hire me for private coaching for this purpose specifically. And I highly recommend allowing your body time to adapt to raw food, cleaning out the gut, removing biofilms out of the gut so you can absorb and utilize food better. Because if you want to build muscle more easily in the gym, it requires one primary thing: that your gut can absorb and utilize food properly, especially raw food. So that's the first focus. Do a 40-day juice fast, get support for that. I have an amazing protocol that I've developed for how to eliminate waste out of the GI tract over years of working with people. And my protocol is very efficient, and you can achieve that in about 40 days to 60 days, depending on the person. And then rebuild the gut microbiome to break down, utilize, and absorb food properly. That can take a couple of years. And then turn to hypertrophy strength training in the gym. This is a long game, people. We're not going to build muscle in 2 months of being a raw vegan.
Facts. Yes. Okay. Next question is, I went to the drugstore looking for all of Shane's detoxifying medicine, but there were none among those. Can you advise on what detox medicine you recommend, Shane?
Detox medicine. There's no substance that is going to help us detox other than raw, whole, undenatured foods high in water, high in enzymes, and high in fiber. Those are the foods: high water, enzymes, and fiber. Three things. Those detoxify the body because the fiber sweeps the GI tract clean. The water hydrates the cellular matrix of our body. And the enzymes support every metabolic process in every organ of every cell of our body. Enzymes are one of the most important components of our nutrition. And that's why if we eat denatured food, we're low in enzymes and our body's always struggling to produce the enzymes necessary. So high enzymatic foods, what are those? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds promote the highest detoxification in the body. So we can have juice, we can do a juice fast to kind of speed up the process temporarily, but a juice fast is a temporary intervention protocol to support a faster elimination of waste out of the GI tract. But we cannot go to the store and buy a detox kit or buy a bowel cleansing product or buy a supplement that is going to help us detox. That's not how it works. It's through consistency over time on the right diet. We can use detox protocols to help assist that, but it's again temporary. I outline all of this in my group coaching program, Raw Vegan Heroes. I have a download for bowel detoxification. It's an instant download when you join that, and it's years and years of experience working with people, and it's about a 7 or 8 page document that outlines the entire process of bowel detoxification, how it works, how you want to focus on it, how to do it, and it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, wow. So that's a free resource that you give to people.
It's part of my Raw Vegan Heroes membership. So it's
amazing.
My membership is really, really affordable. I mean, it's almost free for what you get, the value. There's 725 members as of today and growing fast. We're almost at 1,000.
Wow.
And we have a private Facebook group with the 725 members where we celebrate the lifestyle. We share recipes, juice fasting processes. People share their failures, their successes. And it's about learning. You know, my Raw Vegan Heroes group coaching program is not for perfect raw vegans. It's not for 100% raw vegans. It's for people who want to learn how to feel better with raw food. We have people in there who are obese with diabetes, who are addicted to Taco Bell, like people struggling with food addictions, bulimia, horrible self-worth, trying to heal their minds. there's an incredible array of people who are coming to raw food to learn how to feel better. That's it. If you want to learn how to feel better, then my group coaching program, Raw Vegan Heroes, is a great environment to support you with that.
Yeah, I'll leave the link below on
Oh,
YouTube.
thanks, Jeanette.
Of course. And go to Shane's Instagram. I'm sure the link is in his bio, right?
Yeah, the link in my bio on Instagram is my free video course. Actually, I have a completely free video course on how to go raw vegan. It's called How to Go Raw Vegan Start Here Guide. And it's a 6-part video course, totally free, on exactly where to start. And if you sign up for that, there's a 75% discount to my Raw Vegan Heroes membership if you want to join that. So I give you tons of inspiration, tons of information completely for free, and then a 75% discount link if you want to join our group of 725 people to really celebrate the lifestyle and be part of a community and a movement bigger than yourself and feel the power of raw food moving in our lives. And this is really an awakening process. This isn't just about food or diet. This is about us coming together for our spiritual awakening, being the way showers, being on the cutting edge of spiritual awakening and consciousness evolution. And that's what it really is about.
Wow. Okay. So we only have like 10 more minutes, Shane, but I have so many questions personally for you, but I really do want to get to the questions because people are going to hate me. Your fans are going to hate me if I don't. Any protein powder in your smoothie, Shane?
I really don't like protein powders very much. They're hard to digest, usually give me gas or bloating. But look, I do use, the one I prefer is the Garden of Life raw vegan protein powder. And I will put a small scoop in my smoothie in the morning before the gym, 1 small scoop per day, never more. I don't like it, but I do add a little bit because it boosts the protein slightly, and it's been like a habit that I do. But honestly, my body responds better to whole food. So I get more protein from a salad, I feel sometimes. But yeah, if we want to use a little protein powder in our smoothie, it's fine. I don't do very much, and I don't overdo it. And I don't rely on protein powders to build muscle because honestly, absorption and utilization through the gut microbiome is a better strategy than loading yourself up with protein, which creates waste buildup in the body, acidosis in the body. Denatured proteins are going to cause waste and acidosis. So focus on whole food, raw protein sources, but even more importantly, focus on a robust microbiome that can actually utilize raw food properly. That's going to give you way more protein.
Yes, I agree. 40 wants to know real quick, your thoughts on prune juice. Have you ever used that in your healing journey?
I have not. I like fresh juices. My favorite is the lemon ginger blast recipe, coined lemon ginger blast by Lou Corona, long-term raw vegan. It's a celery cucumber base with cilantro, parsley, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. It's a very synergistic healing juice. Boy, if you make that green juice fresh daily or just part of your lifestyle, it will, completely transform your life. That's the juice to focus on. Fresh, raw, living juices, specifically the lemon ginger blast recipe is great.
Okay, your thoughts on, wow, we got so many amazing people here. Tessa, what's up, Tessa? Shane, did you work out during your juice cleanse?
No, absolutely not. It's not a good idea. The body is under a lot of stress when detoxing. So unfortunately, it's not a quick fix solution. We want to go in 2 stages. Focus on detoxing the body first, and then focus on building muscle second. If you can do that process with vision and clarity of focus and mission, you will be successful like me. So you really want to detox the body all the way, detox the gut, rebuild the gut microbiome. There's no point in working out before you even do that process because you'll be struggling. Your gut microbiome isn't even able to utilize the food. Focus on the gut. If you can focus on building a healthy gut, you're going to have so much success in the gym. Then focusing on strength and muscle building becomes so much easier and more enjoyable. And when you're doing the hard work in the gym, building strength in the gym, which is very hard, taxing hard work, you're getting the most out of it. And that's gratifying. Getting the most out of our hard work, that's gratification right there. So we can't skip steps and we can't rush the process. Detox first, build muscle second.
I completely agree, Shane. It's like everybody's looking for happiness, but they're not realizing that fulfillment and happiness come from hard work and being proud of yourself and being
Yeah,
proud of yourself. And
it's so true.
how do you be proud of yourself? You make hard decisions and you follow through. You do things that you don't always want to do, you know? So
Yeah, and that might have like a 2-year tail. Like give yourself a 2-year mission to detox, turn raw, go raw vegan, and then build a muscular physique as a raw vegan and impress people and blow people's minds and be a leader and be an exceptional example. You want to be an inspiring person, do inspiring stuff, you know, live an inspiring life. You're not going to inspire anyone with a half-ass lifestyle. So it requires vision to say, I'm on a mission for 2 years now to do this work. What's 2 years? It's going to pass anyway. You're going to wake up in 2 years either the unhealthy slob that you are today or completely transformed in the fitness Greek god fitness model body. One or the other, your choice.
I'm inspired. I want to go work out right now. I'm inspired. So literally, I'm going to go work out. So, okay, two last questions, I promise, guys. Sorry, I can't get to all of them, but we have so many questions. Leave them down below or contact Shane directly or check out his group because I bet you there's a lot of other people that have the same questions, okay, and they've asked and Shane has already answered probably. Okay, so now, I know that this is not for giving health advice, but how do you feel about going raw when getting contrast injections for an X-ray?
Okay, well, what I hear this person asking is how do we reconcile the mainstream medical establishment and their recommended modalities of health and healing with the modalities of raw food for health and healing? And I will say that never the twain shall meet. The understanding of natural hygiene for health and healing is primary. Health, healing, and nutrition is what we need to learn and educate ourselves on. The medical establishment is not trained or educated in health, healing, or nutrition at all. They prescribe, if we just think about it for 1 second, a doctor can prescribe antibiotics, can prescribe pharmaceuticals, or prescribe surgery. There's nothing else that they can do. There's nothing else. They don't prescribe health, diet changes, lifestyle changes, or nutritional advice. They're not trained or educated in that. We have to educate ourselves and become our own authority on diet, lifestyle, nutrition. There's nobody that's going to come save us. The doctors are not going to come save us. You know, the number one leading cause of death worldwide is medical malpractice and pharmaceutical drugs. Number one cause of death worldwide. And nobody ever talks about that statistic because doctors are inadequately trained and it's not about health. So let's eat undenatured food, eat a whole food plant-based diet, focus on fitness, heal our gut, transform our gut microbiome. That's going to keep us out of the doctor's office. We won't need x-rays if we are raw vegan. People ask me, do you take medications for getting a cold and flu? I haven't gotten a cold or flu since I've been raw for 5 years. So I would never take a medication for a cold or flu because I don't get them. So
there you go. Last question, okay? What do you think, Shane, of celery juice and medical medium? Well, let's just ask, what do you think of celery juice? We don't have to go into what do you think of medical medium.
Well, you know, it's actually interesting to bring up medical medium because I had a reading with medical medium in 2004 before he was famous.
Wow.
And so my mother actually knew who he was and she inquired on my behalf. I didn't know who he was in 2004. She inquired on my behalf about my childhood asthma because I had asthma as a child and she was always stressed out. You know how moms are, right? So she inquired with medical medium about my asthma, which I grew out of in my 20s. I don't have asthma anymore. But he said that I should be 80% or more living foods focused on fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, no legumes or grains, potatoes okay, 80% or more living food. That was his diagnosis for me in 2004 for healing my asthma. He didn't know me. That was his intuitive reading. And look at me today. I'm a raw vegan. So his advice was correct for me. Wow. And I believe that celery juice is fine, but I think the lemon ginger blast is better. which is celery, cucumber, apple base with cilantro, parsley, ginger, turmeric, and lemon. I think that combination is absolutely synergistic with the body on a miraculous level. Can do a lot of healing and restorative work at detoxification, healing the hydrochloric acid, which is his whole thing, which is important. But the lemon ginger blast does that too. So I think that's a better juice to focus on for overall health.
Thank you so much. Don't kill me, Shane. Last question now.
Yes, yes.
Do you
I love it. I love questions.
Last, I promise. I swear on all the fruit that I love. Do you think that salt is toxic? My friend from Ireland asked a long time ago, and I really need to get to that. So do you believe salt is toxic?
I believe that we should enjoy salts and fats and all the things. I think that the dogmatic thinking that we need to avoid salt and avoid fat and avoid protein, all of this comes from very dogmatic thinking that will basically swing one extreme to the next. I see this in fruitarianism, where people just want to eat only fruit and don't focus on a balance of macronutrients, which is proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Mother Nature provides 3 macronutrients: proteins, carbs, and fats, and we need all of them. We don't want to demonize protein. We don't want to demonize fat. It's silly, and it will provide a dogmatic approach that ultimately will lead to our failing, because we do need salt in our diet. Plus, it makes it more enjoyable to put salt in your salad dressing or on a sauce or something like that. I eat salt, and I'm a successful raw vegan long-term with exceptional health, exceptional fitness, because I don't approach this with a dogmatic belief system. Balance is key. Yes, raw. We should be fully raw, but we should be balanced within raw. Proteins, carbs, fats, and salts. Yes. And fermented foods. Yes.
What kind of salt do you use?
I use sea salt.
Sea salt. Okay.
Specifically sea salt. That is the one that I like. Maybe Himalayan salt. But I don't need a lot of salt. I mean, I'm not like overly salting food and stuff, but a little bit of salt to make our foods or sauces more enjoyable. Why not? I also put a little mineral supplement in my smoothies. Every smoothie I make, I put mineral drops in, which is essentially a salt. It's like magnesium and whatever other minerals are in there from the Dead Sea. I get the concentrates mineral drops. I love those, and that's essentially a salt too. So yes, we do need salts. They're minerals, and they benefit the body in numerous ways.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I recommend you find somebody with the results that you want, and you find out what they're doing, and you get coached by them, because this is the only way to get the results you want. Find somebody who has those results and do what they're doing. So Shane, I thank you so much. This hour went so fast, and I have a million more questions, but I already told the fruity gods I'm not going to ask you another one. So thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for living your truth, stepping into your greatness, and just like inspiring so many people every single day. I really appreciate what you do. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, Shane. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure to speak with everybody and help inspire and help people understand the power of raw living foods to transform their life. Oh yeah, so good.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll see you guys.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Bye, Shane.
Bye.